I'm not so sure when it happened, but somewhere along the way, I learned to need alcohol to sleep. It started as a way to relax, but now it feels like a must have for any chance of rest. The silence of the night is unbearable without alcohol. It's not that I can't sleep, it's that I can't face the thoughts that come with it. So I drink, hoping to numb them long enough to rest. In the quiet of the night, I feel the weight of my thoughts pressing down on me. Alcohol offers temporary relief, but it doesn't give me true peace, only a brief escape from the noise in my head. There's comfort in knowing that when I reach for the bottle, I won't have to deal with the racing thoughts that keep me awake. But I know this isn't a healthy way to cope, yet I can't seem to stop. It's a vicious cycle. I can't sleep without alcohol, and I drink to escape the thoughts that keep me awake. But when the alcohol fades, the thoughts come flooding back, and I'm left with nothing but restless nights. Sometimes I think about how different my nights could be without alcohol. What would it be like to fall asleep naturally without needing to numb myself first? It feels like a dream, but one I might never achieve. I wish I didn't need alcohol to sleep. I wish I could just turn off my mind and rest. But it feels like the only way to find peace is to drink. And even then, I'm not sure if it's real peace at all. The truth is, I'm not just drinking to sleep. I'm drinking to escape. Escape from the worries, the fears, the anxiety that never seems to let up. I just want a break, even if it's only for a few hours. Alcohol doesn't solve my problems, but it makes the night easier to bear. Without it, the silence would be deafening, and my thoughts would keep me awake until the morning light. I know alcohol isn't the solution, but it's the only one that works right now. Without it, sleep feels like an impossible dream, and my mind spins endlessly in the dark. Each drink is like a small promise that I can finally rest. But when the alcohol wears off, I'm left with the same feelings, the same thoughts, and the same emptiness. There's a part of me that wishes I could find rest without relying on alcohol. But when the night falls and the worries set in, the bottle feels like the only way to find peace, however fleeting. The idea of falling asleep without alcohol scares me. It's not the sleep I fear, it's the thoughts. Without the alcohol to numb them, I don't know if I can handle the quiet that comes with sleep. I've tried to fall asleep without alcohol, but it never works. The thoughts keep me up, and no amount of counting sheep can change that. The only way to find rest is with the bottle in my hand. It's strange how alcohol, something that shouldn't be necessary, has become the only way I can sleep. The silence without it is too loud, the thoughts too overwhelming to bear. I can't imagine a night without alcohol. It's become my escape, the only thing that quiets the noise in my head long enough for me to fall asleep. But even in the silence it brings, I know it's just temporary. Each sip of alcohol promises sleep, but it doesn't deliver peace. It only offers a fleeting escape from the endless cycle of thoughts that keep me awake every night. Alcohol isn't just a way to sleep, it's a way to survive the night. When my mind is racing and I can't find peace, the bottle is the only thing that calms the storm, even if only for a moment. I wonder if I'll ever learn how to sleep without alcohol. It feels like the only way to block out the noise in my head. But deep down, I know I can't keep relying on it forever. The idea of a peaceful night without alcohol feels like a fantasy. It's hard to imagine what it would be like to drift off naturally without the help of a drink to quiet my mind. I can't deny that alcohol helps me sleep, but as I lie there, with the effects slowly wearing off, I realize that true peace isn't found in the bottle. It's something I'll have to find elsewhere. Alcohol makes it easier to sleep, but it doesn't make it better. Each night, I chase the peace it promises, only to find that the next day, the same thoughts return stronger than before. There are nights when I wonder what it would be like to sleep without alcohol, to let my thoughts rest naturally, to fall into a peaceful sleep without needing a drink to numb me. I've come to rely on alcohol to sleep, but I know it's not the answer. It's a temporary fix, and no matter how many drinks I have, I can't escape the truth that I'm still restless. Sleep without alcohol feels like a distant dream. Every night, I find myself reaching for the bottle, hoping for a quick escape from the thoughts that keep me awake. But deep down, I know this isn't a healthy way to live. When the world gets too heavy and my mind races with 1,000 thoughts, I reach for a drink, hoping the warmth will lull me into a peaceful sleep. But deep down, I know it's not true peace. It's just temporary silence. Every night feels like a battle, my body yearning for rest while my hand clings to the bottle. I tell myself it's just one more drink, just one more dose of calm before I finally sleep. But it's never enough. I used to think alcohol was the key to my rest, a simple escape from the chaos in my head. But now I realize it's just a trap, keeping me awake in ways I don't even understand. As the night stretches on, I find myself thinking about the calmness alcohol brings. but with each sip, I feel the silence grow louder, and I wonder if I'll ever truly escape the restless storm inside. I crave sleep, but it's elusive without the help of alcohol. The thoughts keep spinning in my head, and the bottle offers a false sense of relief, a temporary escape from my reality. Every night, I search for solace in the bottom of a glass, convincing myself that if I drink enough, I'll drift off to sleep. But as the alcohol fades, the thoughts come rushing back with more intensity than ever. Sleep feels like a distant dream, and alcohol is the only bridge I can find to reach it. I know it's not healthy, but in that moment of peace, it feels like the only option I have left. I tell myself that tonight will be different, that I won't need alcohol to sleep, but every time, the fear of my own thoughts keeps me reaching for that glass, hoping for the escape I crave. It's funny how something so simple, drinking to sleep, can feel like the only solution when everything inside you is a storm. I wonder how long I can keep pretending this is the answer. The truth is, I'm scared of being alone with my thoughts at night. Alcohol silences them, but it never lets me rest in peace. Instead, I lie awake, caught between the need for sleep and the need to numb everything inside. I can't remember the last time I went to bed without the comforting presence of alcohol. It's become a crutch, a way to avoid the fears and anxieties that fill my mind when the world goes quiet. Sometimes it feels like alcohol is the only thing that understands me. It numbs the worries, the fears, the thoughts that keep me up at night, but it doesn't solve the underlying issues. It only hides them for a while. I think about how alcohol has become a nightly ritual, a way to silence the loud voices in my head. But I know deep down it's just a band-aid, never the cure. When the lights go out and the world sleeps, my mind refuses to rest. I turn to alcohol, hoping it will soften the noise in my head. But instead, it only amplifies my emptiness. There's a certain comfort in the familiar routine of reaching for alcohol at night. It feels like a lullaby for my mind, even though I know it's not the peace I need. Alcohol isn't the answer, but it feels like the only one. It makes the world blur and the thoughts fade, but as the glass empties, the worries always return stronger than before. Each sip I take promises sleep, but when I close my eyes, I'm still awake with all the thoughts I've tried to drown. The alcohol is a temporary escape, but it never leads to true rest. I keep telling myself that I'll stop needing alcohol to sleep, but each night feels like a reminder that I'm not ready to face my own mind. I cling to the bottle like a lifeline, even though I know it's not saving me. The struggle between wanting sleep and needing the numbness alcohol provides is real. I crave the peace, but I fear the clarity that comes when I'm sober. So I drink, hoping to escape from my own thoughts. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever find a way to sleep without alcohol. I know it's not healthy, but it's become the only way to silence the whirlwind in my mind and get a few hours of peace. There's a loneliness in the stillness of night that I can't bear, so I drink to fill the void. It's not the solution, but for a moment, it feels like it is. Alcohol makes me forget, but it doesn't let me rest. It's a temporary fix to a deeper problem, and I'm starting to realize that it might be time to find another way to sleep. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to fall asleep without alcohol, to drift off without the need for a crutch, to find rest in my own mind instead of running from it. Sleep seems so far out of reach, yet with every drink, I convince myself I'm getting closer, but when the alcohol wears off, I'm left wide awake, trapped in my own thoughts once again. Alcohol has become my lullaby, but it's a false promise. The calm it brings is fleeting, and when the effects fade, the chaos inside me comes roaring back to life.